W, X, Y, and Z. Hello, this is Maximilian Kiever. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Roxamore Sports, hello and good afternoon, or good evening. We are here at the Woodland Hills Arena High School.
Let me help you with your vision, they losing their sight here. Time to send the world a message they might hear. Like Meek Mills, I'm making it quite clear. I'm chasing my dreams and fighting my nightmares. I'm going real hard, I'm talking words you understand, I'm talking real bars. I'm going everywhere, you know I'm talking real far. Yeah, it's time to raise a toast to this thing to the love the most. As I go from coast to coast, I'm talking north side, I'm talking south side, I'm talking east side, I'm talking west side. I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide. Yeah, it's time to let you know how I spit it when I flow. When I go and light a fuse and I set to let it blow. I'm talking worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide. Yeah, time to check my status and the GOAT is what it be. And you know I'm over 30, so my level is a G. And I may be from the hood, but I'm way beyond these streets. And my pockets hate a diet, so they always down to eat. Even though they screaming fame, and it's always spelling me. And I'll never hang it up till my mission is complete. And I'm looking at you haters, I suggest you take a seat. Cause it's all fun and games to a killer show his teeth. This is for them cats that be screaming homies. Claiming that you're real, but we know you're phony. Now I'm chillin' with my sons, they my one and only. Like the Triller brothers, yeah, we screaming lions only. Step into this den, I welcome all who will dare. Never met a David, tell me whom shall I fear? Gotta rep the nation, black and gold is what I wear. If you look to your left, to your right, I'm everywhere. I'm talking worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide. Yeah.
Roxamore Sports Live, hello and welcome to tonight's viewers. We're here at the Woodland Hills Arena watching the boys varsity soccer team. Tonight's lineup is Woodland Hills versus Plum. It should be a very interesting game. Last night we saw the Woodland Hills girls soccer team playing against, let's see, who was that? Carrick. And it was actually quite an impressive result for Woodland Hills with 7 points to nothing with Woodland Hills winning the cup, or not winning the cup, my correction, a little bit too much anticipation there, winning the victory for that evening. So let's see if there can be a back-to-back victory for Woodland Hills tonight, or if it will be Plum taking the victory for this evening. The kickoff was just a minute away. We are now 39 minutes on the board for the first half of the game. So far, it seems like Plum has taken a very aggressive strategy onto Woodland Hills. The ball's in this center field right now. And the pressure's down on Woodland Hills side of the field. The potential's there. He makes the kick, and it's over the goal. That will be a goal kick by Woodland Hills. It'll be Marcus making the kick for Woodland Hills. The ball is hot and live. It's sent back in the field. Over the touchline, throw in by Woodland Hills. It's returning to the penalty box area, but it's safely taken by Plum's goalie. The ball is still down on Plum side of the field, though it looks like the pressure is well controlled by Plum as the ball is returning to center field. Looks like Plum's defensive strategy tonight is pretty effective, although it is Woodland Hills number 7. It looks like returning the ball back down to Plum's side of the field. If the ball's in the penalty box area, he makes the kick. It hit the side of the net, but it was definitely a nice linear kick that he went there for. The ball is still hot, and it's still outside of the penalty box area. Oh, and now it's over the touchline, actually over the goal line. We have a goal kick by Plum. Ball's still hot. It's returned back to the goalie of Plum. He passes it over to number 6 of Plum. Number 11 has the ball. It's over the touchline. Number 10 of Plum anticipated on catching that ball, but unfortunately for him, it bounced off over the touchline. Oh. We have a free kick here by Woodland Hills. Right over the goal. Way too much energy. See, the ball is returning over to Woodland Hills side of the field. It's over the touchline. Pressure's there. And it's averted. It's over the touchline. We have a throw in by Plum. There we go. Plum is in possession of the ball, trying to push that pressure away from their side of the field. The ball is in the center field. Received by Woodland Hills goalie. Sander makes the kick. The ball is returned to midfield. Although it looks like Plum has taken back possession of the ball, they have good control over it. The ball is still in Plum's possession. Try to go for that slide kick there. Oh, and successful slide kick by Plum. The ball is down on Woodland Hills side of the field. He makes the pass to number 11 of Plum. Ball has been kicked away by number 1 of Plum, which is Butler. We have a throw in here. Oh, correction. Ball is hot. I'm looking at the wrong side of the field. Have a goal kick here by number 19. Charlie makes the kick. Ball's in midfield, over the touch No, yep, over the touchline. Thrown by Woodland Hills, number 13. Received by Woodland Hills. In possession by number 23 of Woodland Hills. Number 28 of Woodland Hills. He makes the kick. Intended to be a pass. Not quite. Number 4 of Plum kicked the ball over the goal line. I believe this will be a corner kick. Yes, that is a corner kick by Woodland Hills. He makes it as pass. Ball's over the touchline. We have a throw-in by Woodland Hills. It's in the penalty box area. Ball's in center field. Number 1. Woodland Hills brings the ball back down, although Plum has brought the ball back down to Woodland Hills side of the field. Plum in possession. Have quite a clearing. It looks like the offensive strategy and defensive strategies pretty well played right now, as they can neatly pass the ball back and forth between players here. Looks like Plum is still putting a lot of pressure on that side of the field where Woodland Hills is. Still, for the most part, maintaining the ball. Now it's back in the penalty box area. Potential's there for goal, but it was saved by Xander of Woodland Hills. A lot of potential for a goal there for Plum, but Xander retrieved the ball and put away the pressure, at least for now. We have a throw-in by Woodland Hills. He kicks it back to the goal. Lee. Goalie makes the pass over to number 5 of Plum. Number 31 makes the pass over to 20. Ball is still in possession by Plum. Ball is returned down to Woodland Hills side of the field, but it's so far pretty well protected by Woodland Hills. Just outside of the penalty box area.
No, that's last year's credit. That doesn't count for this year.
Woodland.
No, that's last year's credit.
It's over the goal line.
That's last year. What are you definitely late for?
We have a kick here by Charlie of Woodland Hills. Charlie makes the kick. The ball's in center field. So far, it's received by Plum. Plum has the ball. He's setting up the play. Makes the pass over to the goalie of Plum. Setting up the play. Passes it over to number 5 of Plum. The goalie in possession of the ball. Makes the kick back to center field. Ball is still in possession by Plum, although it looks like Charlie is receiving the ball right now. It's a struggle between the two teams. He kicks it over the goal. I mean, not goal, but he kicks it over the touchline. It's a safe strategy to play sometimes when there's a lot of pressure on you. It's just a nice way to get the ball out of there. Nicely saved by Xander. The ball was coming right at him, and he saw it. Number 28 of Woodland Hills kicks it over. Number 6 was putting a lot of pressure on Plum. Looks like number 10 of Plum is maintaining the ball so far. He makes the pass down, but it looks like it will be Xander that retrieves the ball. Xander punts it back to the field, though a little bit too far over the touchline. That gives Plum a throw-in here. the most part. In possession by Woodland Hills. Oh, ball's open. Although it looks like Plum is maintaining their pressure pretty well. It's they're bringing the ball back down to Woodland Hills side of the field. He makes the pass over. Intended to go to number 9 of Plum, but a bit of an interception there by number 6 of Woodland Hills. Number 20 makes the pass over to number 6 of Plum. He makes the kick. Had Xander not been there, that would have went in the net. So, a very nice kick by number 6 of Plum. We have a goal kick here by Plum. Goal kick by number 9 of Plum. Makes the kick. The ball's hot. It's in the penalty box area. The ball's out of the penalty box area, back into the middle field. Maintained by Woodland Hills, number 6. Oh. Over the touchline. Throw-in by Woodland Hills. Received by Plum. Plum is bringing the ball back down to Woodland Hills side of the field. He makes the pass over to Plum's number 6. Over the touchline? Nope, nope, not quite. Just grazing it. Excellent footwork there by Plum's number 9. He makes the kick. Too much power over the net. But he had a nice clearing there for a while. Marcus makes the kick for Woodland Hills from the goal line. Or goal box, rather. Ball is back down to Plum's side of the field. Looks like Plum has received the ball. Makes the pass over to the goalie. Passes it over to number 4 of Plum. Number 6 of Plum has the ball. Makes the pass over to number 4. Number 20 of Plum has the ball. Has room to make a pass. The pass is successful. It's outside of the penalty box area now, and ooh. Excellent defensive work by Woodland Hills. Charlie makes the kick for Woodland Hills from the goal box. Ball's hot. It's in center field. Number 6 of Plum has the ball. Number 9 of Plum has the ball. He's back towards the penalty box area for Woodland Hills. And ooh, and it's a goal for Plum. Scored by number 21 of Plum. All right. The score is now 1-0 with Plum in the lead. The last score was by number 21, I believe, if I saw that correctly. There's 23 minutes on the board for the first half of the game. Number 6 has the ball. Number 20 for Plum has the ball. He makes the pass. It's successful. Saved by Marcus of Woodland Hills. Looks like number 28 for Woodland Hills is trying hard to get that ball, and he has it. Oh, well, had it for a little bit. The ball's back in possession by Plum. Ball's just outside of the penalty box area for Woodland Hills. Let's see. Ben made the pass over to number 28, though not quite anticipated as planned. Just outside of the penalty box area. Number 20. Passed over to Plum's number 9. Charlie has the ball for Woodland Hills. Ball still in possession by Plum. Though now down on their side of the field. They're following through with a passing strategy to bring the ball back down to Woodland Hills side of the field. Number 6 of Plum in possession, makes the pass over to number 31. Over the goal line, which gives this a goal kick for Plum. Oh, correction, Woodland Hills. Jolly to make the kick for Woodland Hills. It's about 62 degrees outside right now, though it feels much lower than that. I'm just possibly not acclimated for this weather just yet. Charlie punts the ball back to center field. Received by Plum, though. Number 9 had the ball for a while. Throw in by Plum. The ball's back in the penalty box area. Potential goal is there for Plum, or at least it was for that time being. But Woodland Hills defense read their threat pretty well and pushed it over the touchline. Thrown by number 10 of Plum. The ball's hot. It's in the goal box area. Xander saved the ball. It's always quite a threat when it's directly in the goal box area. Yeah, the slightest little tap can score a point, and the slightest little mistake can also be an old self-owned goal. Back to the penalty box area. Plum, so far, in possession of the ball. They make the pass over. The ball's over the goal line. Marcus to make the kick for Woodland Hills. Received by Plum's number 20. Passed down to... That's a bit of a struggle here. I'll push back outside, away from the penalty box area. Number 20 of Plum has the ball, makes the pass over to his fellow teammate. Number 9 has the ball, passes it back down to 20. A missed pass intended to go to number 11 of Plum, which gives Woodland Hills a throw-in. Thrown by River. Ball's back in the penalty box area. And that's another goal. That's the second goal of this evening for Plum. Looked like that was scored in by number 14. It's a bit hard to see from where I'm sitting at. But 2 points on the board for Plum. 2-0. Beam passes it down to Charlie. Ben has the ball. Butler. The ball's in possession by Plum. Makes the pass down. Ball's in the center field. He makes the pass, though it looks like it was saved by Marcus. The ball's still hot, still in the goal box area. A lot of potential here for Plum to make a third goal this evening. Though the ball's back to center field. Intended pass to go to number 20 of Plum. Went to a Woodland Hill player. The ball's in the penalty box area for Plum, though not enough pressures down there to pose as any real threat for them at this moment. Ball's back to center field. Down on Woodland Hill side of the field. Ooh. Number 6 is down, but number 9 was down, but he's back up. Penalty kick by Plum. Ball's hot and saved by Charlie. Right back to the penalty box area, received by Plum. Back down to center field. Number 28 of Woodland Hills has the ball. He makes the pass. The pass was a little bit less than what they intended on. It was a successful pass, but didn't maintain the ball for too long. Number 19 is put under the pressure on 10. Nice slide kick, but the ball is returning back down to Plum's side of the field. He makes the pass over to Plum's goalie. Not a lot of pressure down on Plum's side of the field. Looks like Woodland Hills is expecting the ball to return to their side of the field, as I'm seeing most of the players down there. The ball's hot. Number 11 makes the kick. And it's an own goal by Charlie, unfortunately. Intended to be a save, but accidentally kicked it in his own goal. That puts 3 points on the board for Plum. As a player, it's definitely not the most comforting feeling. Three points on the board, 3-0, with Plum in the lead. 15 minutes on the clock. There's still potential for this game to turn around this early. Number 28 of Woodland Hills has the ball. Makes the pass over to number 15. Looks like Plum is holding the ball pretty steady down on the other side of the field. I expected to return down to Woodland Hills side, and that it did. Potential offsides, nope. Received and put away by number 4 of Woodland Hills. Thrown by number 29 of Plum. Let's see, we have a penalty kick here by number 29 of Plum. Bit of an indirect kick. Oh, switching it around. It'll be number 20 of Plum making the kick. It's over the heads in the goal box area. And that's the 4th goal for Plum. Neatly passed from the corner. And the ball was a threat the moment it landed in the goal box area. The score is 4-0 with Plum in the lead. Eves passes the ball down to number 4. Ball's back down to Plum side of the field. Received by Plum. Pass to the goalie. Not a whole lot of pressure in their penalty box area or around it. They're bringing the ball back down to Woodland Hills side of the field. Number 20 has the ball. Now it's number 10. Number 9. Of Plum. Just outside of the penalty box area around Woodland Hills side of the field. Over the touchline. Throw in by Woodland Hills. Plum is back in possession of the ball down on Woodland Hills side. Number 29 passes it down to 20. Plum. Ball is hot. And it looks like it's going to go right into Xander's hands. Yes, it did. Xander makes the kick. The ball is over the touchline. Over the touchline it is. Thrown by Plum. Ball's back in the field. Plum makes the pass back down to the goal. Looks like number 28 of Woodland Hills is putting the pressure on, but not a whole lot of pressure by Woodland Hills down on Plum side of the field. Looks like they intend on the ball to return to their side, but I believe if they put a little bit more pressure down on Plum side, they could pose more as a threat to them. Ball is back down to Woodland Hills side of the field, in possession by number 10 of Plum. It's in the penalty box area. It's passed, not quite. Outside of the penalty box, in possession by number 29 of Plum. It's over the touchline. Kicked out by Woodland Hills defense. Ball's back. Charlie, actually correction, that would be Eves. Over the goal line. Goal kick by Charlie. Number 29 of Plum has the ball. Makes the kick back down to number 8. A missed pass. Charlie puts the ball back down to Plum's side of the field. Received by number 11 of Plum. Again, doesn't appear to be a whole lot of pressure down on Plum's side of the field from a Woodland Hills offense at this moment. In possession by number 8 of Plum. Makes the pass over. Ball still in possession by Plum. Number 14 makes the pass down to, intended to make the pass down to 10 of Plum, but it was a missed pass. Ball's in Xander's hands. Xander makes the kick. Ball's hot. Potential's there for, well, it was there for a 5th goal. But Xander caught the ball before the striker did. Number 9 has the ball for Plum. Number 10 trying to redeem himself here. Has the ball back. And quite a bit of energy in that kick, right over the goal. Marcus to make the kick for Woodland Hills. Down to center field. It's a struggle over the ball. Two of Plum has the ball. Makes the kick. It's on the net, not in it. Marcus to make the kick for Woodland Hills. Number 9 has the ball for Plum. Makes the pass over. Looks like Xander's gonna retrieve the ball. And he did. He makes the kick. The ball's back down to Plum's side of the field. In the penalty box area. And now it's outside of the penalty box area. Plum back in possession of the ball, bringing it down to Woodland Hills side of the field. The ball is just grazing Woodland Hills penalty box. Charlie to make the kick for Woodland Hills. He makes the kick. Return to center field, received by Plum. Over the touchline, thrown by Woodland Hills. Number 2 has the ball, and Charlie puts that pressure away. Over the touchline, and the ball almost hit that spectator there, but fortunately not so. Thrown by number 29 of Plum. Over the touchline again. Thrown by Woodland Hills. Number 2 has the ball. He makes the pass over. The ball is hot. It's in the penalty box area. The pass is a miss. It's over the touchline. Throw-in by Plum. Charlie has the ball. Ball still in possession by Plum. And still down on Woodland Hills side of the field. Butler has the ball. Makes the pass over the goal line. Marcus will make the kick for Woodland Hills from the goal box area. Ball's back in action. Down on the center field. It's a power struggle here, but it looks like Plum has taken control. Still in possession. Number 2 of Plum. Attempted to make that kick. Ball saved by Xander. Ball over the touchline. Thrown by Woodland Hills. 2 minutes on the clock for the first half of the game. The score is 4-0 with Plum in the lead. Nice little slide tackle there by Woodland Hills. The ball is still in Plum's possession. They've brought it into the penalty box area. The pass was broken by Woodland Hills defense. Over the touchline, and pass intended to go to number 28 of Woodland Hill, Christopher. We were thrown by number 29 of Plum. It's back in the penalty box area, though it looks like it's not going to be a threat right now. Thrown by Woodland Hills. We have another thrown by Woodland Hills. Marcus to make the kick. Straight shot. Number 23 has the ball, and it's over the touchline. Plum makes a throw in. It's a bit clustered, a bit messy over there. Number 8 of Plum has the ball. A lot of potential for passing here, and the pass is successful. It's in the penalty box area. Number 2 has potential to make a kick, and it's grazed the side of the goal net. "23 seconds on the clock. We're approaching the end of the first half of the game. Ten, 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's game for that's game. It's that's it for that first half of the game. Sorry folks, the cold air is getting to me. We'll be back after this.
All right, folks. Today's game is brought to you by Senator Senator Jay Costa, your state representative for the 43rd District. Also, today's game is brought to you by Serenity Sounds, whose services include recording studio for all artists, including singers, rappers, podcasters, and audiobook narrators, music production, mixing, and more. For inquiries, email serenitysoundspth@gmail.com. Today's game is also brought to you by Soul Pit Media, the official proud partner of Roxamore Sports. Go to soulpit.com to get your updates and news and more on quarterly basis from the Soul Pit Media. Visit www.thesoulpit.com. The Stephen Preston Foundation wants to wish Mariah this year with the Wolverine cheerleaders. The Stephen Preston Foundation wishes good luck to Mariah. Allegheny's best HVAC. Are you prepared for the cold season? Have you had your furnace or system checked? Can your furnace handle another winter? Then you want to call Allegheny's Best to come to your home and service your needs.
Hey kid, let me tell you about the Soul Pit, and I want you to let everybody know about it. Soul Pit is what's happening in and around your city. Soul Pit is on the internet and around the globe. Soul Pit is on your block and in your car. Soul Pit is in your ear. It's in your hair. It's everywhere. Soul Pit is the latest news, hottest styles, culture, education, information, and more. It gets you ready for things to come. Hey kid, you know what the Soul Pit really is? It's a little something extra for your soul.
Hi, welcome to Fit for Boxing Club.
Here at Fit for Boxing, you'll find a fast, fun, and effective workout where you can burn up to 1,000 calories.
Come try a free class at Fit for Boxing, where beginners are always welcome. It's fun for the whole family, people of all ages. Old or young, it doesn't matter. In addition to our trainer-led workouts, we also offer private lessons, community fundraiser and team building events for local companies and more.
Hi, my name's Mario. I've been a member at Fit 4 Boxing for a little over a year now. If you need to get a good workout in, come to Fit 4 Boxing, and Rich and his staff will take care of each and every one of you.
Fit for Boxing Club is located in Hampton Township, just outside of the city of Pittsburgh on William Flynn Highway. Come learn how to box and have fun. Call Fit 4 Boxing Club at 412-213-3584 or visit our website at www.fit4boxingclub.com.
Travis Newton here with the Roxamore Sports Network, reminding you to keep your eyes open every Saturday for the Roxamore Report, where I will be analyzing all the action throughout the week and allowing you, the fans, to chime in through social media. The Roxamore Sports Network, the future of sports entertainment.
Roxamore Sports Live. Hello again, and welcome to all of our viewers for tonight's game. It's the Plum Boys Varsity Soccer versus Woodland Hills Boys Varsity Soccer here at the Woodland Hills Arena. Currently, there's 4 points on the board for Plum, and nothing just yet for Woodland Hills. There's potential for them to turn the game around within 40 minutes. It has been done before in history, but we'll see if it happens tonight. It's been quite a while since we've seen Woodland Hills play. Due to the pandemic, there's been some closures down at some of the high schools, so that delayed some of the matches. But we'll see how they perform now that they're playing against another team. Had quite some time to practice in between then. About a few minutes away from the kickoff. Players are taking their position on the field. Really looked like Woodland Hills was taking too much of a defensive pose, which looks like it was working to their disadvantage in this game. I haven't seen a whole lot of pressure down on Plum side of the field by Woodland Hills. Whenever there would be a player down outside the penalty box area, there wasn't anyone really to kind of help that player out with. Let's see if Woodland Hills took consideration of that. Ball is in possession by number 8 of Plum. He makes a safe kick down, a pass to his goalie. Number 28 of Plum has the ball. Or actually, correction, number 20 of Plum. Number 8 has the ball. Received by number 4. The scale was heavy down on Woodland Hills side of the field for a while. But the ball's back down to Plum side of the field. Not a whole lot of pressure down there. So the ball returns to Woodland Hills side of the field. Marcus returns the ball with a pass over to number 30 of Woodland Hills. But the ball is back in possession of Plum. The ball is down on Plum side of the field, back down to Woodland Hills side, in possession by number 31 of Plum. Makes a safe pass over to number 1 of Plum, who's bringing the ball back down to Woodland Hills side of the field. Taking it from center field, number 20. Makes the pass over to number 4 of Plum. Just grazing the penalty box area. Saved by Xander of Woodland Hills. Excellent save. We have a corner kick here by number 4 of Plum. Corner kick, more of a pass. A little bit too much kick and not enough direction with that one. Goal kick by Marcus. Marcus kicks the ball down to center field. In possession by, let's see here, in possession by Plum. Plum takes the helm. Number 4. Number 4 makes the pass over. Received by Woodland Hills. Although Plum is certainly keeping that pressure down on Woodland Hills side of the field still. Certainly a lot of defense here for Woodland Hills, but Plum is breaking through that defensive play and getting closer to the penalty box area. Butler has the ball. Actually, correction, that's Eves. Number 8 of Plum makes the pass over to number 31 of Plum. Charlie has the ball. Charlie kicks the ball over the sidelines, a defensive strategy. Number 31 of Plum has the ball and is prepared to make this indirect kick. Well, actually, a direct kick. Just a few yards away from the goal box area. Plum will be making this kick. Number 20 makes a kick and over the goal net. Goal kick by Xander. Goal kick by Marcus. Ball's hot. Back in center field. Received by Plum. Woodland Hills side is still a little bit top heavy with Plum's players. He makes the pass over to number 10, received by Woodland Hills defense. Now in the hands of Xander. Xander makes the kick. Ball's hot. And over the touchline. Thrown by Woodland Hills. Ball grazing the penalty box area. We have a penalty kick here. Kick to be made by Woodland Hills. Ball's hot. Plum back in possession of the ball. Number 9 passes it down to 20, who passes it down to 31. Back to 20. In the penalty box area, and it's a goal. The 5th goal this evening for Plum. Scored by number, I can look at that number correctly here. In a few, I'll let you know. Well, that is 5 points for Plum. 32 minutes left on the board. Last goal was by number 10 of Plum. Ball's down on Plum's side of the field. Looks like number 6 for Woodland Hills is trying to assert their pressure here. Woodland Hills playing more offensively down on Plum's side of the field. It's a power struggle over this ball here. It's like, I'm looking at that correctly. Yes, this will be Charlie to make the kick. Charlie kicks the ball. It's in the penalty box area. Kicked away by Plum's defense. Number 4 is racing for the ball for Plum. It's over the touchline though. They have a throw in by Woodland Hills. Number 31 for Plum. Making a race for that ball. Passes it down to number 4, which could have proved very much dangerous for Woodland Hills. That ball was moving far too fast for that pass. We have a kick here by Marcus from the goal box. Went over Saeed's head. And over the touchline, we have a throw in by Plum. Ball is grazing outside the penalty box area, and it's over the goal line. We have a corner kick here for Plum. I believe that's number 9. Oh, he's going gung-ho about it. It's over the goal line. Number 9 bought it into the penalty box area, but didn't go quite as well as they expected it to. Kick is back down into the penalty box area. Pushed away by Woodland Hills defense. Ball's just back in the penalty box area. Nope, not out. It's out now. Back in possession by, well, temporarily was back in possession by Woodland Hills. Plum has the ball. Woodland Hills. That's Jeremy. Over the goal line. We have a kick here by Marcus. Smooth kick. Number 5 for Plum has the ball, makes the pass down to his goalie. Number 1 for Plum receives it, makes the pass down to number 8. He returns the ball back down to number 5. Ball back to the goalie. Back to 9. Actually, that was 20. Number 1 for Plum kicks the ball to number 31. Intercepted by Marcus. Xander saves the ball. Number 8 kicks the ball down to, makes a pass to his goalie. That's a missed pass over the touchline, throw in by Woodland Hills. Number 5 makes a throw in. Jeremy putting the pressure on the goalie for Plum. Charlie kicks the ball back down to Plum's side of the field. Number 31 for Plum has the ball, makes the pass down. A broken pass by number 1 of Woodland Hills, Butler. Number 1 of Plum has the ball, taken away by a little. A bit of a mess there. To the disapproval of the referee. We have a penalty kick here by Woodland Hills. Kick made by Marcus. Received by Woodland Hills. They're in possession. Not for long, though. Ball's been returned to Plum's goalie. Brings the ball back down. Received by Woodland Hills. Woodland Hills keeping the pressure down on Plum's side of the field right now, but it looks like it wasn't that long lasting. ball is just outside of the penalty box area. Spinning there in motion for a little bit. Ball's down on Plum's side of the field. Though not a lot of offensive pressure down there. It's more of a passing game for them right here at this point. Number 20 has the ball. Makes the pass over to number 10 of Plum. Certainly seems that Plum is definitely has far more offensive pressure than Woodland Hills does. Every time I see the ball go down to Plum's side of the field, it doesn't seem like Woodland Hills has too much of an offense down there. Ball is still hot, and it's burning hot just outside of the penalty box there. Broken by Woodland Hills defense, but it's still alive and well down on Woodland Hills side of the field. The ball's kicked over to number 8 of Plum, who returns the ball to midfield. Number 6 of Plum has the ball, pressured by 3 Woodland Hills players. Makes the pass over to Plum's goalie, who makes the pass over to number 8. Number 8 in possession of the ball, running it back to midfield. Over the border he goes. Back down to Woodland Hills side of the field. Number 31 making a race for the ball. Between, Charlie kicks the ball away from number 31. Thrown by Plum. The ball's back in the field. Outside of the penalty box, number 20 for Plum is bringing it back in. He makes the kick over the goal net. Kick by Marcus. Ball's returning to center field. Taken back by Plum. All right, Jeremy. Ball's back down to Plum side of the field. More offensive pressure from Woodland Hills this time around. Jeremy racing for the ball. Plum back in possession of the ball. Number 20 has the ball. Goes outside the penalty box area. It's in. It's hot. Number 2. Saved by Xander. The ball was a tad bit faster than number 2's pace, but there was a lot of potential for a lineup shot there. Number 27 has the ball for Plum. Number 9 has the ball for Plum. Fancy footwork. Still in possession. Plum still has the ball. Back in the penalty box area. Broken by Woodland Hills defense. We are at 20 minutes on the clock for the second half of the game, with 5 points in the lead by Plum, with nothing for Woodland Hills. Ball's back in the penalty box area. Kicked away by Bartlow. Number 10 has the ball. Oh, not for long though. Number 27 of Plum passes it to number 20. Oh no, correction. Number 8 of Plum. Number 9 of Plum has the ball. He's making a dash for it. Potential pass. Pass is successful. He makes the kick. Saved by Xander. Bounced off and over the goal line it went, which gives Plum a corner shot by number 9. Ball's in the penalty box area. Saved by Xander. Xander has the ball. Punts it back to center field. And it's back in possession by Plum. Charlie. Over the goal line, which gives Plum a corner shot. Who does it? Oh, appears my eyes have deceived me. We actually have a goal kick here by Charlie of Woodland Hills. Ball is down on Plum's side of the field. Ryan was anticipating obtaining that ball. Still is. Ball's just outside of the penalty box area. Now it's away from it. Back to center field. Marcus. Charlie. Sander. Number 32 is coming in hot. Actually, it's number 14. Ball's down on Plum's side of the field. It looks like the goalie of Plum is going to take this ball. Passes it to number 20, who passes it back to the goalie. Over the touchline. Thrown by Woodland Hills. Received by Plum. Goalie kicks the ball. The ball is still down on Plum's side of the field. Overthrown by Woodland Hills. Kicks it up and over the touchline it goes. Woodland Hills makes another throw-in down on Plum's side of the field. Looks like it's going to be Plum that receives this ball. Number 9 has the ball. Number 14, Plum has the ball, bringing it to the penalty box area, makes a successful pass. The potential's there, saved by Xander. The ball is returned, and it's a goal. The 6th goal tonight for Plum. At first it didn't look like that ball was going to go in, but it bounced off one player and into the other player's possession, which proved quite deadly. That gives Plum 6 points on the board at 16 minutes and 12 seconds left on the clock for the second half of the game. We have a substitution here. Sanders off the field. And being substituted by Robbie. Number 8 of Plum makes the pass down to Plum's goalie. Ball is pretty hot, but it's out of the goal area. Number 8 has the ball for Plum. The ball goes right to Plum's goalie's legs. He has it, makes the pass down to number 8, who passes it back to the goalie. Triangulating strategy that's been made to keep the ball away from the offensive pressure around the penalty box area. Marcus has the ball. He's making a run for it. Makes the pass down to Woodland Hills offensive player. Number 9 of Plum has the ball back in Plum's favor. The ball is returned down to Woodland Hills side of the field. Number 9 has the ball back in the penalty box area, but it is Charlie who has possession of the ball for Woodland Hills now. Bringing it back and back in Plum's possession. The ball is free and looks like it's going to go right into Robbie's hands, and Robbie has the ball. Kicks it. Number 27 of Plum has the ball. Number 14 has the ball. Plum, saved by Robbie Steiner. Plum back in possession of the ball. Walker. Number 27 of Plum has the ball. Makes the pass down to number 9. Over the goal line it goes. Goal kick from the goal box by Charlie. Charlie kicks the ball. The ball is returning to center field. Oh, not quite. Broken by Plum's offensive player. Struggle between the two teams. Saeed over the goal line. Over the touch line. Number 27 makes a throw in. Butler. And number 2 for Plum. Over the goal line. Goal kick by Charlie. Number 27. Throw in by Woodland Hills. We're just a few minutes away from the end of the second half of the game. 6 points on the board by Plum. Nothing for Woodland Hills. Butler keeping that. The referee saw that and was not a fan. It'll be Woodland Hills making the penalty kick. Charlie to make the kick. The ball's hot. And saved by Plum's goalie. Number 2 has the ball. We are at 10 minutes on the clock for the second half of the game. Number 19 has the ball for Plum. The scale has certainly been heavy tonight. The ball has been mostly down on Woodland Hills side of the field. And right now the ball is in the penalty box area, being held by Woodland Hill, by Plum's offensive players. He makes a kick over the goal net. We have a goal kick from the goal box by Charlie. Back to midfield, received by Plum. Over the touchline. Ball's back down to Plum's side of the field. Though it appears there's not a whole lot of pressure for Plum right now. They still have control over the ball, and their players are pretty open. Plum's possession of the ball is broken by Woodland Hills defense. Just grazing the touch line. Some fancy footwork a little bit there by Woodland's defense. Steiner kicks the ball back. Walker almost had the ball there. Number 5 of Plum has the ball, passes it to the goalie. The goalie passes it to number 27 of Plum. Passes it down to number 18 of Plum. Ball's over the touchline. We have a throw in here by Plum. Ball's back in the penalty box area, and it's out. Back in. Charlie has the ball. Kicks the pressure away, back to center field. Though we are approaching the end of the game with 7 minutes on the clock. Number 27 makes a throw in for Plum. Number 2 for Plum has the ball, makes the pass to number 18. The ball's back down to Woodland Hills side of the field. Number 14 has the ball for Plum. Successful pass down to number 12. Woodland Hills defense kicks the ball away from the penalty box area. Though the ball is still down on Woodland Hills side of the field. Number 27 has the ball. Number 2 just outside of the penalty box area. Makes the pass. Number 2. A lot of potential there for a 7th goal this evening, but had far too much kick in that. Last attempt to make a goal. We're at 5 minutes on the clock for the second half of the game. I believe it wouldn't be pushing it to say that it'll be Plum taking the victory this evening, though maybe to its own merit that it's possible they could make 6 points in under 5 minutes, though it's unlikely for any team really. Saved by Steiner. Steiner returns the ball. Walker, number 19 of Plum, has the ball. Number 14 of Plum. Number 18 of Plum, outside the penalty box area. Saved by Steiner. Number 14 has taken possession back of the ball for Plum. He makes the pass to number 2. The ball's hot. Marcus kicks it away. Though it appears the victory is imminent for Plum, Woodland Hills is not letting down, and then they certainly don't want them to score another point. Number 14 has the ball. Number 18 of Plum has the ball. Makes the pass, successful pass. We got 3 minutes on the clock. Makes the pass over to number 27. Oh. Not entirely sure what I saw there, but whatever it was, the referee wasn't a fan of it. Butler makes the kick, but it goes into number 24 of Plum's possession. Charlie makes the pass. Back in the penalty box area, in possession by number 27, who's trying to bring it back to the penalty box. And it's over the goal line. Kick by Charlie with 2 minutes on the clock. Back to center field. Back in possession of Plum. Still in possession by Plum. Down on Woodland Hills side. Number 14. Outside of the goal box, correction, penalty box. Number 24 of Plum has the ball. Number 27, possession of the ball. Makes the kick outside of the penalty box. Ball taken back by number 2 of Plum, passed over to number 14 of Plum. Marcus kicks the pressure away. Number Number 28 of Plum is coming in hot. We have 1 minute left on the board. The ball's back down to Plum's side of the field. Walker was attempting to grab that ball, but it looks like the ball's going to be returning down to Woodland Hills side of the field. "30 seconds on the clock. 25. 20. 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's it for this evening. It is Plum that has taken the victory with 6 points to their name, and none for Woodland Hills. It's a very intense game. They started off hot, both sides, but it appears that Woodland Hills was playing more of a defensive game, and Plum was playing more of an offensive game, which worked to Plum's advantage. Thank you all for joining us this evening. This is Roxamore Sports Live.
All right, folks, today's game is brought to you by Senator Jake Costa, your state representative for the 43rd District. Today's game is also brought to you by Serenity Sounds, whose services include recording studio for all artists, including singers, rappers, podcasters, and audiobook narrators. Also, music production mixing. For more inquiries, email serenitysoundspgh@gmail.com. The Stephen Breston Foundation wants to wish Mariah good luck this year with the Woodland Hills Wolverines cheerleading team. Today's game was also brought to you by Soul Pit Media, the official proud partner of Roxamore Sports, where you can get all your news, updates, and events happening around your area and around the city of Pittsburgh by going to thesoulpit.com. Once again, Soul Pit Media, thesoulpit.com. All right, and Allegheny's Best HVAC. Are you prepared for the cold season? Have you had your furnace or system checked? Can your furnace handle another winter? Then you want to call Anthony's Best to come to your home and service your home needs. They do air purification, system repairs and replacements, and safety checks. Have Allegheny's Best, a fully insured and bonded company, pull up to your home and by calling 412-295-0207 and ask for Anthony and use the promo code Roxamore Sports to receive a special discount on your service.
Travis Newton here with the Roxamore Sports Network, reminding you to keep your eyes open every Saturday for the Roxamore Report, where I will be analyzing all the action throughout the week and allowing you, the fans, to chime in through social media. The Roxamore Sports Network, the future of sports entertainment.